It's wild how many new potential catastrophic pandemics we're looking down the barrel of. First of all, we're still currently, it's summertime, and we are in the middle of like the biggest summer wave of COVID that we've had, possibly, or like this one has the potential to be the biggest, depending on when exactly this video goes live on the channel. And I've also been keeping tabs on the bird flu situation, because it's obvious that bird flu is impacting numerous other species of animals, including cows, which means, you know, so first of all, with the bird flu, be careful. You need to cook your eggs all the way through. I've been missing soft-boiled eggs so much, but it's not safe. So yeah, okay, eggs, chicken, be careful. And I also, like, I've started buying oat milk instead of regular milk because there has been virus of bird flu found, maybe not live virus. It's been a minute since I've seen any news about this. But anyway, dairy products, beef, also potentially unsafe. And now we're starting to see more information coming out about monkeypox, which I'm sure that lots of you heard of monkeypox when it kind of flared like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. And at that time, it was starting to get that same association of like, oh, this is something that's passing around the gay community. But that was a selection bias, because when gay people notice that they're having like skin problems, they go get checked out because AIDS causes skin lesions. HIV-induced AIDS causes skin lesions. So yeah, of course the gay community is looking out for that stuff. But because the gay community cracked down, got vaccinated, they were keeping track of spread and everything, it kind of died down. It seemed like it was dying down. But now we're seeing news again about mpox, and I'm like learning some of this stuff right now because I haven't been really looking into this very closely. But this is a graphic from the World Health Network, and it says, okay, why should I care about monkeypox? Monkeypox is a painful disease and sickness which lasts for 2 to 4 weeks, which can lead to blindness, brain inflammation, scarring, and in some cases, death. The most severe cases are in children and pregnant and immunocompromised people. Who can get infected? Monkeypox can infect anyone, including women and children. I don't know. That's a weird thing to say. Is monkeypox limited to men having sex with men? No. Is monkeypox transmitted only by sex? No. Yeah, because originally we were seeing that it was being passed by skin-to-skin contact. Although there may be brand new news today that this disease, which again, it just said it can lead to blindness, brain inflammation, scarring, and in some cases death, might be airborne. So we might be looking at, you know, part of the reason why we've been looking at bird flu is that it has a risk of, once it starts, because you can like get sick from being around cows who have it, for example. And then if you have respiratory symptoms, you could potentially then spread it human to human. We have not yet seen that, I don't believe, human-to-human transmission of bird flu, but that's like the point at which it becomes like another capital P problem pandemic situation. So we're looking at this with monkeypox too, apparently. The solution is obvious. I'm never going outside again. Listen, 3M Aura masks, CPC mouthwash, xylitol nasal spray. Boom, you can still live your life. Are you saying I have to stop making my famous salmonella surprise? I know. I'm such a bummer. I always have to break the bad news. I'm so sorry. But yeah, so be on the lookout for the early symptoms. Early symptoms may include fever, general weakness, swollen lymph nodes, and headache. A few days later, a rash develops with pus-filled blisters, which can appear on the face, trunk, extremities, palms, soles, genitals, anus, and inside the mouth. So basically everywhere. Basically it can be on your entire body. How can I become infected? Physical contact, especially but not exclusively with the rash. Contact with contaminated clothing, bedding, towels, or objects/surfaces. Breathing air that's contaminated by infected people exhaling, or by shaking contaminated items. So man, I already spray down everything at the gym. I don't know that there's anything else I can do. I already spray everything with sanitizer at the gym. Man, this is stupid. How do I protect myself in shared/public spaces? Avoid crowded spaces, don't share food or drinks, don't touch surfaces that may be contaminated, and wear a high-quality N95 mask or even better, like a P100. How do I disinfect surfaces and hands? Disinfect surfaces with 70% alcohol or diluted bleach, 1 tablespoon per gallon, so which would be 1 tablespoon per 4 liters of water. For hands, use 70% alcohol. Soap washes but does not disinfect. Like antibacterial soap does not help with viral illnesses. It can wash it off of your hands, but it will not sanitize it. That's what hand sanitizer is for. What if I have symptoms? Stay home and isolate, seek testing immediately. If infected, let your close contacts know and then get medical advice. If you're taking care of an infected person, wear gloves, mask, N95 or better, goggles, gown, and booties. It's just straight up like wear BSL-3 pathogen level protection here. Do not share food, drinks, utensils, towels, beds, or bedding. Try to get the Jynneos vaccine. Carefully launder clothing, towels, bedding, and bedding safely, i.e. while you're handling those things, wear mask, glove, and goggles. Avoid shaking the laundry. Avoid skin contact. Collect in a plastic bag and wash using bleach or other disinfectants as directed. So I did not expect that monkeypox was going to be airborne. Apparently the Toronto Public Health has urged eligible residents to get vaccinated against mpox because local cases are arising. So in the continental North America, we have more monkeypox showing up. The World Health Organization has declared monkeypox a global emergency because it's airborne and can lead to serious issues and death. Of course, some people are already be like, don't comply. Wow. Mitternacht and I are here to ask you to hit like on the video. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe. Click the bell if you feel like it. You don't have to, though. Feel free to check out the other links in the description because I sell merch like this cute tank top. I'm running a GoFundMe to try to move 2,000 miles across the country to a place where I have rights. And I have a Patreon he's smashing his face against my face. Oh, great. Yeah, we love the CDC doing this thing. So apparently the CDC is saying, get the vaccine if you are a gay, bisexual, or other same gender loving man who has sex with men, or are transgender, gender non-binary, or gender diverse. And in the last 6 months, you have had or expect to have 1 or more sexually transmitted infections, more than 1 sexual partner or anonymous sexual or intimate contact, sex at a commercial sex venue, sex in association with a large public event in a geographic area where mpox transmission is occurring. Are you trying to say to me that if you're a straight person and you're doing all these things, you don't need to get vaccinated? Jesus Christ, dude. It's pretty annoying that they're probably not even going to make it available. Like I am gender diverse, but I'm monogamous, so I don't know if they would even bother to give it to me if I asked. Yeah, we're doing it's a queer people disease again. Congratulations. Yeah, who expects to get STIs? Yeah, I'm pox gender. I identify as having the plague. And yeah, I guess there are people who, like, the serious failure of public health that has happened over COVID means that people learned that bird flu was circulating and that it could be in milk. And people were like, yeah, I'm going to go out of my way to buy raw milk, like unpasteurized milk that is more likely to have viruses and other shit in it. Like that's the place that we're at right now is let's go infect ourselves on purpose or we will never comply. We won't wear masks. I guess the one good thing about that is that like a lot of Republican voters are just going to die. And so that'll affect the future elections. But like a lot of people are going to get like sideswiped by this. They're just going to be catching strays. When the disease with the potential to wipe out billions of people hits, we are so screwed. Listen, this is why I want to go live in the woods. I want to be away from everybody because yeah, like we have not seen human to human spread of bird flu yet, I don't think. But now we have COVID everywhere. There's also like RSV and now monkeypox. Airborne. Apparently newborn babies are catching monkeypox in overcrowded hospitals. This post here says, instead of trending the news that the WHO has declared a public health emergency around monkeypox Twitter is instead trending trolls and disinformation about it. Yeah, because do not comply is trending, I guess. And for some reason, James Charles is trending for me. I remember seeing homophobes mocking monkeypox. Yeah. Meanwhile, you'll see like, I remember during the previous time that monkeypox was like a conversation that we were having, I saw someone take a picture of like what looked like a very heterosexual guy wearing basketball shorts on the tube, just with like a giant rash all over his legs. Like, yeah, I'm just casually hanging out on the subway with my giant lesions. This post says 7 important instructions to prevent monkeypox. Avoid close contact with individuals showing symptoms. Don't touch skin lesions or rashes. Wash hands frequently with soap and water. Use personal protective equipment like masks and gloves. Avoid sharing bedding towels or clothing. Clean and disinfect frequently touched surfaces. Avoid contact with infected animals if animal transmission is suspected. I'm not going to click any of these, but apparently if you want to zoom in a little bit, there's some pictures there of what the lesions look like. Awful. Contrarianism is so annoying. Seriously, child mentality, just saying, nuh-uh, you can't tell me what to do, with no critical evaluation of why people say things. Right. When the experts are like, yo, you should wear a mask, it's crazy that these people are like, government trying to control me. The same people who are like, I don't trust the government. Like, that's part of the reason you could say to wear a mask is to protect your identity in public. But these people are like, nope, I instead want to raw dog the air and be on camera at all times as soon as I leave my house. I feel like this is like the early stage of Plague Inc. Like, we've just realized that the virus is spreading, and by then it's already in dozens of countries, you know? Like, I'm just looking at this post right here that says the World Health Organization has declared the monkeypox outbreaks in Africa are a global emergency, with cases confirmed among children and adults in more than a dozen countries, and a new form of the virus is spreading. Like, this is the point in the Plague Inc. game where the original country that you started in is like fully red, and you've spread to like dozens of other countries. That's where we're at right now. Because yeah, like, as soon as there are enough noticeable cases in somewhere like Africa, it's already everywhere. Like, it's already on airplanes, it's already on ships, it's already traveling all over. On the bright side, tons of people were caught on January 6th precisely because of mask derangement syndrome. I guess that's fair. I will never understand not wanting to prioritize health over don't tell me what to do, you're not my real dad. I think that those folks genuinely think that we're overblowing, like that we're overstating the harm. That like, oh, even if this, like, first of all, they think the virus is fake. Second of all, if they grant that the virus is real, it's no big deal. Like, whatever, I caught it and it was just a little cough, cough. I don't know. It seems like that is the mentality behind this. Like, that we're trumping up the disease, like the harmful effects of the disease, because of wanting some kind of control over people. But like, we live in a country right now where mask bans are passing. Nassau County in New York just, I think today, as of recording this, passed their mask ban. Like, can you imagine going back to a time where we had mask mandates? I don't think that shit's ever going to happen again. They said that monkeypox is in Africa, Australia, and parts of the UK so far. Yeah, I clicked on this because I wanted to see. There are currently more than 500 deaths from mpox. The Africa CDC previously said that mpox, also known as monkeypox, has been detected in 13 countries this year, and that more than 96% of all cases and deaths are in Congo, which is where there's a genocide happening, and it's very difficult to control disease spread when you're living in those conditions. Cases are up 160% and deaths are up 19% compared with the same period last year. So far, there have been more than 14,000 cases and 524 people have died. Okay, hold on. I need the calculator. So that's like a almost 4% death rate. So it's like a 3.7% rate of death following confirmed cases. Yeah, during the 2022 mpox outbreak, which affected more than 70 countries, fewer than 1% of people died, compared to this current strain, which we're seeing 3 to 4% of people dying. Officials at the Africa CDC said nearly 70% of cases in Congo are in children younger than 15, who also accounted for 85% of deaths. Wow. WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, I can't say that, words don't come at me, said officials were facing several outbreaks of mpox in various countries with, quote, different modes of transmission and different levels of risk. The UN Health Agency said mpox was recently identified for the first time in 4 East African countries, namely Burundi, Kenya, Rwanda, and Uganda. All of those outbreaks are linked to the one in Congo. In the Ivory Coast and South Africa, health authorities have reported outbreaks of a different and less dangerous version of mpox that spread worldwide in 2022. So this is one that is still actively mutating. No, sorry. I did the math, and it was like 0.037 in the math that I did, which is 3.7%. 3.7% of mpox cases of this particular strain are resulting in death. Almost 4%. Oh God. Earlier this year, scientists reported the emergence of a new form of the deadlier form of mpox, which can kill up to 10% of infected people in a Congolese mining town that they feared might spread more easily. Oh my God. Okay, I was trying to find there like what countries this new strain has been found in, but I don't know if that information is available. Oh my God. I'm sorry, this is not funny, but this first commenter on this tweet that I was just looking at says, close the borders. And that just cracked me up because yeah, it's literally like Plague Inc. where like countries start closing the borders, but it's like, I'm already in there. I'm already in there. You can't stop me from being like, listen, now it's person-to-person transmission. I'm already in there though. Closing the borders is not going to help you at this stage. It's always, at least in Plague Inc., it is always a too little too late action. So yeah, new horrors every day. Horrors beyond your imagining, in fact. Oh no. Man, like again, I'm going to keep repeating myself until I die. Wear an N95 everywhere you go, including outdoors, because you can get sick outdoors. If it's too hot, get a like wet rag and put it around your neck, or get your hair wet or something. You can do other things to offset how hot it is inside a mask, okay? And if you can't mask, or even on top of masking, get a CPC mouthwash. CPC is cetylpyridinium chloride. Cetylpyridinium chloride. And a mouthwash that has it is going to contain usually 0.07% of CPC, okay? That will kill everything in your mouth. And then you should use probiotic Streptococcus salivarius K12, which is a healthy bacteria associated with good dental health and fewer viral illnesses among children who are being given the probiotic. Those are the studies that have been done typically on children because, you know, they're not doing anything to avoid getting sick. But the ones who use S. salivarius K12 don't get sick as much, okay? So use your CPC mouthwash and then your probiotic when you go to bed at night. Use a xylitol nasal spray like Xlear. It's like the word clear, but there's an X at the beginning instead, which will get rid of viruses and bacteria and stuff in your mouth and nose and throat, okay? Those are the things you need to be doing. And try to clean the air as much as you can. Corsi Rosenthal box. That's when you take the highest rated furnace fans you can and you build a box around a box fan and you like suck air through the filters and it cleans the air, okay? All the same things. And also with mpox, because it can be transmitted through touch, although also it's airborne now, get hand sanitizer. Keep it with you. If you have the opportunity to clean touch surfaces, this is one of those things that I think people miss at the gym. Is, you know, people will wipe down like the place where you sit, but they won't, it's like, oh, I'm going to sit on the chest press machine. And I always clean off the handles on the chest press machine because they're always disgusting. It's so clear that no one cleans the touch surfaces. So if you can, clean touch surfaces. And if you can't, then sanitize your hands. Washing your hands can wash away viruses, but it will not kill them. That's why you need sanitizer with alcohol, or like dilute 1 tablespoon of bleach into water and you can use that to sanitize your hands. And that probiotic you can buy on Amazon. Streptococcus salivarius K12. You can buy it on Amazon. Chatter says the UK got monkeypox infections from someone who traveled from Nigeria who was highly infected, which I read last week. Yeah. Yeah, closing the borders is a great idea, but it never happens when it should, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. So at this point, you just have to strap up, try to protect yourself as much as possible. Yes, also wipe down the bars on the squat rack, for sure. It's okay, my blood is 140 proof now. Oh no. Just what we needed. Another world-ending catastrophe right before the election. I think that in America, like, I feel like the coming election is going to prevent us from talking about this at all, which is such a huge bummer because it's happening under a Biden presidency, which would make the Democrats look bad. Jesus Christ. I wish that we could just be like, yeah, public health is a good idea. Let's do public health. This is why I want to live in the woods. Donate to my GoFundMe so I can go live in the woods and be away from people and grow my own food and not get sick. Please. Strap in, strap up, strap on. Except to be really goddamn careful because this thing primarily spreads through skin-to-skin contact. So if you are going to strap on, then get your goddamn vaccine if you can. Well, I guess I'm glad that we talked about that, but I'm done talking about it because holy God. Horrors beyond imagining every day. I'm like hyper aware of how much I'm touching my face now, which I hate. I took a short break from the gym, and I think if I do start going to the gym again, I'm gonna be like a shower with scalding water after every time I go to the gym, which means that I'm about to be a 4 times a week shower person. God. It's not enough. It's not enough. Just douse my body in hand sanitizer. Please. Thank you so much to all my patrons, but especially Tiago Nascimento, Mersh Rovog, Jack, Amanda B., Michelle Frateroli, Michelle Winter, Wellington Marcus, Danielle McDonald, DZXN, Ella Nobody, Pastel Infinity, Suzanne Maynard, Nova, Desi Quiche, Celeste, Athiette, Jamie Jam, Sojo, Bean, Kevin Young, Mr. Atheist, Liam Hodgson, Elizabeth Bartell, and Jericho.